Be Wealthy and Smart, episode 1002.
Step into a world of wealth and financial freedom without budgets, boredom, or bosses on Be Wealthy and Smart. And now, here's your host, Linda P. Jones.
Welcome to Be Wealthy and Smart. I'm Linda P. Jones, America's Wealth Mentor, empowering women and men worldwide to financial freedom. On today's show, we're going to talk about all this volatility in the stock market and why this is a great time to buy. Although it can take a lot of guts, a lot of conviction to be able to buy when the stock market is having the kind of volatility that we've been seeing with these wild swings like yesterday. The NASDAQ down 3% and then finishing the day up 3% for a 6% swing in a day. This is unheard of. That kind of volatility is absolutely crazy. But it's the kind of thing that you can see in a wartime situation, which is what we're experiencing right now with Russia and Ukraine. And as I said in my last podcast, where this operation is going to make the Federal Reserve and the central banks reconsider their interest rate hike policy and hike a lot less than they thought they would, in my opinion. This is just confirming the reassessment of that policy and the fact that the Fed will probably only hike 0.25% at their next meeting in March. So what we have to do is keep a 3 to 5 year time horizon, because this buying opportunity right now might be in volatile times and you might not be able to pick the exact bottom. In fact, that's a loser's game to try to pick the exact low. Nobody can do that. But what you can do is buy the dip periodically and thereby average into the market at a lower price. And I think doing that now through the beginning of March is going to pay off dramatically. These are uncertain times, and the war with Russia and Ukraine, in my opinion, is part of the changing financial system. It's going to usher in a completely new system as the sanctions on Russia force them out of the SWIFT banking system and into the CIPS system, CIPS, which is the cross-border interbank payment system. That's what all the BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, put together back in 2015. And it's been operating parallel to the SWIFT system. So it's no problem for Russia to be out of the SWIFT banking system if that's what the U.S. sanctions do. And that's exactly what we've started to see happen. Over the next days and weeks, we may see banks close, and we may also see the internet go down. If you remember in my annual forecast, I did have DDoS attacks and security and cyber attacks as one of my predictions for this year. So I do think we will likely see a loss of the internet, maybe even a loss of online banking and other financial institutions, and maybe even some crypto exchanges. So be careful there, and I highly recommend that you move your cryptos off of the exchanges and into cold wallets like a Decent wallet or a Ledger Nano. The reason we don't want to sell during these volatile times is it's very difficult to try and time the market. And usually, at the point of maximum pessimism when you would really want to get out, is usually the bottom. And that's the best time to actually be purchasing. So our emotions can move against us, can actually work against us, understanding the right time to buy and the right time to sell. And it's never a good time to sell in a panic. That is not a good situation to be making a decision to sell. So what you want to do is hold through these panicky times. And if you have some extra cash available, to actually buy the dip and take advantage of these low prices. After a dip, we do have huge bounces typically, and that's why we saw the NASDAQ move 6% from being down 3% to being up 3%. That 6% move would have been missed if you'd tried to jump out of the market and jump back in. So these big rebounds happen after these scary slides down, and that's why we hold through them, because we want to get the bounce on the upside. So besides buying the dip, what else can you do during these scary times? Well, you can take care of any internet banking that you want to have handled, because we may see the internet go down. We may lose contact with banks or financial institutions and or even crypto exchanges. So I would remove your crypto off of the exchanges and into a cold wallet like a Decent wallet or a Ledger Nano. And if you don't have time to wait to buy one of those and get it delivered to you, then a Zum wallet, XUMM, is great to move your XRP into to keep it safe and sound. Hopefully you've listened to my suggestions over the last couple of years to stock up on food and water and have extra cash on hand, and to have a full tank of gas in your car is always a good idea. So these are things that you can focus on getting your family and your household shored up in case we do have some supply chain disruptions. We all need to just stay calm, pray for peace for Ukraine and Russia, and know that we're positioned to come out owning the key asset that, in my opinion, is the answer in this banking change that we're going to be going through. And as we look at the chart of the S&P 500, yes, we did make a new lower low, and that means that we will have this bounce that we saw yesterday, plus we will also come back down and test the lows. So I expect the volatility will continue, but I also think because there is so much pessimism, because most of the bad news is priced in, this is a great buying opportunity, and especially of the NASDAQ names, the technology stocks, cryptocurrencies that are the leaders for the next banking system, the ISO 20022 cryptos that I wrote about in my book, 3 Steps to Quantum Wealth, The Wealth Heiress's Guide to Financial Freedom by Investing in Cryptocurrencies. Those are all the things you want to focus on. It's my bet that the United States will probably benefit from a lot of money flowing into the stock market here. So I think our stock market is poised to rebound strongly, and these kinds of prices on some of these individual technology stocks that we've seen that have been hit especially hard are incredible bargains right now. Some of them are down more than 50%. I'm still expecting that global margin call to happen where those companies and those investment firms that have been too short for too long are going to have to cover, which will drive the markets higher starting in the spring and going into the summer, where I expect that we're going to see new all-time highs. So this is a great opportunity to buy. This is Bargain City. In the past, the invasion news of another country has been the exact bottom point to buy into the market. So I can't promise that here, but I will say it looks like a great buying opportunity, and I urge you to have confidence to buy this dip. If you haven't yet subscribed to Be Wealthy and Smart, hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified as soon as new podcasts are available so you never miss one of them. That's all for today. Until next time, live the good life and be wealthy and smart.
Thank you for listening to Be Wealthy and Smart with Linda P. Jones. Share the wealth and tell your family and friends about the show. Check out our website, blog, and social media for more riches at www.bewealthyandsmart.com.